Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Worth Consulting's network and software installation video on the Epson WorkForce Pro WP-4590 network multifunction color printer. This is Epson's top-of-the-line printer for business use, engineered for business, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it works. So it is 2:10 p.m. and let's see what happens. It's saying select the items you want to install. Well, that we got one item here. This had to be downloaded from the internet because the CD that we got with the device was didn't work. I guess it had nothing on it. So this screen may be different from the CD, but I kind of doubt it. Install. I accept all of this information here. If you don't accept it, you can't install it. Alright, so here's one of the big differences between the business series and the standard Epson series is that we have the PCL and PostScript print drivers along with the standard Epson Escape P2C, I believe it's C, latest version of Escape P2 print driver. So let's see if you can do all. No, you can only do one at a time. So that makes it a little bit difficult here to just decide what's more important for business, PCL or PostScript. Let's go with the PCL driver. I assume more businesses are going to use PCL than PostScript, although PostScript will be used for more artistic purposes and file sharing purposes for outside printers and outside sources. But this is a business printer, not their creative printer, so okay, PCL. And I don't know what it would be like to go back and change it to PostScript. Okay, your print driver has not been installed yet. Click the download icon. Alright, so we have to... Looks like we have to download that print driver separately. And the drive light's going. Something's happening there. Hopefully an icon will show up at the desktop. If not, let's look at the desktop. I don't see... Oh, there it is. Download WP-4590 driver. I got the icons turned off so you can't see them here. Now, I'm not sure whether you're going to still have to do this if you're doing it from the CD. So, unable to detect operating system. It didn't take us directly to the download, but now it wants us to register the product. I'm not going to have this for more than a couple days, so I'm not going to register the product. Exit registration. No, I don't want to give you any feedback. Alright, PCL print driver, download. Download. Let's run it. It might not have installed correctly. Try reinstalling it. Yes. Okay. It's unzipping. I have no idea what this thing is. Now, if you're just going to do the standard driver, you wouldn't have to go through this. I'll install it on this folder. Oh boy. Epson. I run setup here. Allow. Okay, universal laser print P6. Just gotta make sure that I had the right device selected here. WorkForce, I guess it's the same. It's a good thing, but it's confusing. It also means that this has a more powerful controller than your average inkjet, and that's why it costs $100 more to get this version with the PCL and the PostScript. And do I want to? I don't want to share it on the network. I just want to install it. It's already going to be on the network, so I don't need to share it from this workstation. Add network port. No, it's going to be IP, direct IP, so I don't need a network port. Do I want it as my default? Yes. Finish. Now it is good. It's good that it's the same print driver as any lasers. I don't think Epson sells any lasers in the U.S., but universal is more important. This is a print driver that works on all Epson business printers. Now it'll be interesting to see what happens when I go to when this is over with. Whether I have to restart the installation program or it'll pick up on its own. And I can close this. It's taking an awfully long time to register the printer. So I'm going to stop the video now and pick it up again once this registering printer thing is over with. It's 2:21 p.m. at this point. Be back soon, I hope. But anyway, that's 2:26 to 2:27. And we're going to start this from scratch again. Install standard Epson driver. Next. We're going to do wired. I thought this had wireless. Let's look. Okay. Specifications. No, actually it doesn't have wireless. So this one has wireless, the 4533. So let's get back to this. We'll start the clock again. That's 2:28. I'm going to go over the wired network connection. Set up the printer for the first time. Okay, so if you go back to, if you set it up USB and you want to go back and stick it on the network, you would choose this, but this is going to be the first time. Cable's plugged in. Check for updates. As long as it doesn't take too much time, I recommend that you do this. Since we're doing it from this driver's package rather than a CD. Alright, it just skipped over. It must be somehow determined that it was up to date. It says it's installing software Epson scan setup. Okay, now it's checking currently installed printer drivers. And it says ominously says not responding, but I've seen that in Windows 7 before. And usually just wait it out. Okay, now it's the print driver package will be installed. Now the printer driver will be installed. Alright. I like it when those windows go away quick. Now it's preparing to install something else. Now it's installing the Epson Event Manager. It's giving me a time remaining on this one here. It'd be nice if that was on all of them. Now the clock's going backwards now. I hate when that happens. Now after that clock was going backwards, it just like flashed by a couple seconds later. Now it's installing something else, I believe, the Event Manager. It's not really giving me too much info on it. I'm up to 439 at this point. Now it's installing a fax utility. Still installing the fax utility. Okay. Okay, now it's asking us to click next to start the network installation. Firewall warning. Allow firewall access. Next. Searching for printer. It's powered on. Network's plugged in. Make sure that it's plugged in all the way. I've screwed that up before. Yes, it's plugged in all the way. The Ethernet light isn't lit up on the control panel, but it found it anyway. And the IP address is in our range. Acquire it automatically using DHCP, yes. Wi-Fi, let's see, external storage devices such as the, this has got a USB port. Now, if you select this, you can stick a something in the USB port, a card reader or a flash memory device, and you'll be able to access and read and write it over the network. And if you click this, it would only be able to be read by computers that are hooked directly up to the printer via USB. Since we have it on a network, we're going to select that. That last dialog, if I stick a flash memory device in there or a card reader, it'll show up it'll show up on your Windows Explorer over here. It'll say the Epson whatever, and you'll click on it and you'll be able to read and write the files that are installed on the flash memory device that are plugged into the unit. Okay, network printing is now enabled. Click print test page. I don't want to waste paper, but you can do that if you want. And ink, more importantly, finish. Okay. Would you like to set up your fax header information now? And most of you are going to want to do that. So let's do it. It'll be easier to do it here than go back and do it some other way. Maybe not, but you can do it from when the software you can do it on the installed software. Fax header. Okay, I can't use any dashes. I don't want it to auto answer. You can always activate that the control panel. So whether or not to start dialing, yeah, that's a good idea, to waiting for a dial tone before it starts dialing. Okay, here's the settings. Confirm them. Next. Now it's sending the settings back to the printer. Like I said, you could do this setup from the control panel, which is not so easy because it's doesn't have a QWERTY keypad, or you can do it from the software that's installed. I'm not sure if it's installed yet. Let's see. Apps and software. Yeah, from these utilities here. Fax utility. Well, I'm not exactly sure, but you can do it. Which software you can do it with? But I'm sure you can do it from the control panel, from the PC, from a PC, without having to go in and type stuff on the keyboard. Okay, Epson Connect email print. This is a nice feature. You send an email with an attachment to the printer, and it will automatically print the attachment. It's remote printing. It means that you can send it from any email device anywhere on the planet, and it'll print out on this printer sitting here next to you. which is slightly different than remote printing. It's a lot different than remote printing, which means that you have an Apple or an Android device and you can find it on your wireless network and print to it. You still got to be on the same network, so it's not necessarily remote. It's mobile. There's no cable. Now I don't. Something the Epson Connect thing. Drive light's still going. I don't know why it's taking so long for something to happen with Epson Connect. And you can see the status monitor is running down here. Alright, start connecting to the printer. Status monitor lets you do this head cleaning, nozzle check, print alignment, set up the printer, buy ink, update the drivers. It'll also let you know if there's any trouble whether your job's printed. Epson Connect, I agree. Register a printer, went to Epson Connect. Okay. The display just flashed on the printer. Now I have to log in unless I remember the login from my last Epson, even though we uninstalled all the software. Okay, sign in. All right. So it printed out, I can probably hear it printing over here. It printed out the printer address, which is this. That's a heck of a printer address. If you send an email to that address, with an attachment, it'll print out. So, close. Now you can go on to Epson Connect and now actually it wants us to go to Epson Connect.com user. Giving you, saying something about their support. Alright, now we don't have this one anymore. This one's gone. But anyway, you can go in here and change the printer email to something that you can recognize a little bit easier than this big address here. So I'm going to leave it alone for now. Actually, what I'm going to do, Worth Consulting, WF-4590. WP-4590. Apply. Okay, and then you can have approved senders. Right now it's just me. You can have anyone. You can add people to this list. You can have email notification settings, basic print settings, whether it's going to be photo printing, and actually you have selected the rear tray, which is nice because then you can have this is just for photo printing, you can say I only want it for photo printing, and it'll be in the rear tray, and that won't accidentally print on what's in the main tray here. But anyway, you get the point. So that's it. Basically, everything is set up. It's 2:54 now. And everything was pretty easy. It would have been a little easier if we had the CD-ROM. And we'll go over the installed software in part 2. So thanks for watching.